Brian, a third Leinster title in a row, that will have to be very satisfactory.
Yeah, no, obviously it's a huge match tonight, Leinster final, and first of all, to be Leinster champions is a great achievement for the players, and also obviously there's the added bonus of getting straight to the All-Ireland semi-final, so it's just a great night for Kilkenny for certain.
Brian, after coming out of Galway, obviously you were disappointed, you were maybe unhappy with the way the game ended with the free. Did that help to motivate the team different tonight?
I wouldn't say so, no. I mean, we lost in Salt Hill by a point. Kilkenny have gone to Salt Hill and Croke Park as well many times over the years and have always found Galway a really serious challenge and have come out on the wrong side of it at different times. So, I mean, we lost the game. Of course, we were disappointed to lose the game. But, you know, you don't need that extra kind of motivation to just go ahead and compete and try to win the Leinster final. It's all there for you. It's just worth going after.
There was a very high free count and both teams got a lot of scores from frees, so it was a bit of a stop-start game, but that really doesn't matter when you win it, or how did you see it?
Well, I think I saw it the way you saw it. It doesn't really matter once you win it, to be honest about it. You know, the game was, you know, it was once it's out there in front of you, and obviously a huge part of it is if you're scoring your frees, and you know, TJ's free taking tonight was absolutely immense, you know, and was so important. So look at the game takes on can take on any kind of a shade on different times, and tonight I suppose there was a relatively high free count, but that happens.
Now, in terms of the Kilkenny defence, they were under pressure. Galway might have got a couple of goals. I know we could have got as well. But once again, the Kilkenny backs as a unit played well. And I thought particularly Hugh Lawler in the second half and Mikey Butler.
Yeah, well, I think I wouldn't particularly individualise it. I thought we defended well all over the field. I thought the forwards defended very, very well. They put great pressure on their back line, which of course was crucial for our backs. Our backs have been consistently good. And again, we were strong. We were strong everywhere, I believe. You know, if we had been less than completely competitive and efficient in any area of the field tonight, we wouldn't have won because the opposition is quality. But, you know, I think our attitude and our work rate and our genuineness and honesty right throughout the field was top class.
Did you have to do much to motivate the players in terms of the work rate, because it was significantly up on the last day?
The players demanded off each other, you know. I mean, you're inter-county players, and I mean, the first requirement for any inter-county player and for a club player as well, obviously, but at this level, if you go out and you think work rate is not the most important thing, well, then you're cutting yourself.
So in terms of the second half, we only got 3 points in play, maybe 2 late on. Does that concern you as you go into a semi-final, or is that just something you now work on over the next couple of weeks?
Well, I'll tell you, we could have got maybe 8 or 9 from play and lost the game, and that would concern me. I'm not in the slightest bit concerned about what happened, because it was a night where you had to put your shoulder to the wheel. Everybody put their shoulder to the wheel. We're playing a top class team. I think we won by 5 points. So that's something that obviously we look back at the game and we look at ways and we have to improve to win the semi-final. There's nothing sure that we have to improve, but that's the nature of championships. The further you go, the more is required of you.
Kilkenny have had to really use the panel more and more this year maybe than ever before, and it is helping. The players that are coming on are adding more than maybe the players goes off, and it could work around the opposite way the next day.
Well, look, I mean, I'm always saying about the quality of our panel, you know. I mean, everybody is not kind of absolutely thrilled about our team or anything else, and people maybe talk about why haven't we a settled team. I've never in my life been concerned about having a settled 15. We have a settled panel, a settled attitude, a settled spirit, and that's very, very strong, as was proven tonight. And we can bring in players or leave out players, and it doesn't change the potential in our team.
Brian, it's a 3 in a row, but it's different obviously because it's after a round-robin stages. Do you think you'll benefit more from having these games compared to the last 2 knockout structures?
Yeah, no, it's a fair point, because I mean, obviously the round robin would put serious requirement on all the teams involved in it. First of all, the challenge to get out of Leinster, you know, 3 teams got out. Dublin missed out. I mean, after being in pole position, you might say, for a while there, and very, very unfortunate to lose out. As it turned out, we got straight to the Leinster final, and brilliantly now, obviously, we've won the Leinster final. But what you're saying is should those matches stand to us? They should stand to us. But again, whoever we are going to come up against in the semi-final, we'll have had the same preparation too.
The 4-week break has been a concern for teams in the past, not so Kilkenny. You would have in the past had a week with the clubs. How are you going to deal with this 4-week break, and do you think it's ideal?
No, I'm happy with to have the 4-week break at this stage because it's been very, very intense and obviously very, very little time for training at all from the point of view of, working at things and training and just building the whole sense of being ready for the challenge. So we have that opportunity now. Obviously we can use the few days well to recover. It gives us time to recover well and get going again and really prepare well. But look the semi-final is just a major step up again.
We had Conor Fogarty back at midfield today, and while I know you don't want to, and understandably so, don't to harp on any player, but it was good to get that experience back there today, and I think he certainly solidified that position for the overall team.
Look, he's just a player you can have complete trust in. Conor was hit with injury earlier on in the year and that and missed out an awful lot of time. He had a serious enough injury, but he came through. And he's just a remarkable player with massive levels of fitness, even come back from injury as fit as anybody almost, which is just a phenomenal tribute to him. He's just a top player with a phenomenal attitude and a terrific team player.
Right, everybody's very good defensive effort. Mikey Butler got man of the match, and then Hugh Lauder's only back from a hand injury, so it was a big performance from the 6 backs.
No doubt about it, yeah. I mean, Hughie obviously he got a serious injury the day over in Salt Hill, and look, he just kept going, kept training, but obviously couldn't get any serious hurling preparation before tonight, really. But he's a top player, terrific attitude again. Mikey has come into the team this year and has just settled in very, very well, and again, player with a great attitude. So, look, I mean, the whole thing, it's a panel. I mean, our panel has been tested left, right and centre and is still going strong. Look, we're obviously really happy tonight. We're going home as Leinster champions, but we're also going home now to prepare for an All-Ireland semi-final, which we know is going to be a massive challenge for us.
And finally, Brian.
Sorry?
Would you be surprised if you played Galway again?
To be honest, I have no idea what way it goes after this. I mean, who can play who? Honestly, I don't know who's next. But whoever is next is in 4 weeks' time. And we'll have a look at the Munster final tomorrow, and we look forward to sitting down to watch it. And we'll take it from there.
And finally, Brian, obviously you're leaving with the Bob O'Keefe Cup, but you're also leaving, I think, with no injuries, and that's really good going into the next round. I know it'll be hell for leather in training, but nevertheless it's good to be going into training with no injuries today.
There's no doubt about it. Like, everybody wants to avoid injury if at all possible. It's very, very difficult to do that, but we can pick up injuries in training either as well. But look, our players we have a top-class medical team and physios and doctor looking after all that side of things, nutritionists. So, I mean, even to get back to players on the field who had picked up injuries over the last few weeks was top-class achievement by them. And again, not only have we total trust in the players, we have total trust in our medical team as well.
That's right.
Well, that's
For more exclusive content, go to patreon.com/OurGame.